So when researching a strategy for middle school and high school history teachers, I came across the text-to-text, text-to-self, text-to-world strategy. So the text-to-text, text-to-self, text-to-world strategy helps students develop the habit of making connections to parts of their lives. So to help you understand the strategy, I'm going to do an example of a filled out text-to-text, text-to-self, text-to-world worksheet as I explain the strategy. So as you can see, there's text-to-self, text-to-text, and text-to-world. And I just found this on Google. They're really easy to find. So to help you understand the example, I'm going to read a quick paragraph from Sojourner's Truth, Ain't I a Woman? The man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and have to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or look over mud puddles or gives me any best place. Ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I've plowed and planted and gathered into barns and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man. When I could get it and bear the lash as well, and ain't I a woman? I've borne 13 children, and seen most all sold off into slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me, and ain't I a woman? So that's a little bit from Sojourner Truth, who was a slave, and she wrote a speech that was then given at the Seneca Falls Convention. So the text-to-text part here helps students connect to a previous reading, song, movie, could be connecting to other books, characters, poems, articles, websites, blogs, you name it. And it basically, you're taking the connection you made. So like in my example for the Sojourner Truth example, I used that Sojourner Truth is similar to what I had read about Frederick Douglass, and that both fought for the abolition of slavery through speeches. So again, making that connection to another text. So the next part of it is talking about the text-to-self connection, which is the top one here, in which I said that when Sojourner talks about the farm work she was doing, it reminded me of the farm work I did growing up. I raised sheep. Because I would always, be seen as a tomboy for all the farm work I did with my sheep. And I was never allowed to hang out with like the quote-unquote girly girls at school because I was seen as a tomboy. And so the final example is the text-to-world example, where you connect to like television, movies, current events, past events, news or pop culture, basically anything happening in the world. And I decided to talk about Sojourner's pain about being in slavery. Made me thought about like slavery today, and I kind of like Googled and researched like, is there still slavery today? And yeah, in the form of human trafficking. So there is still slavery going on in the world today, and so that's how I connected it, the text to the world. So as a quick review, the text-to-text, text-to-self, and text-to-world strategies help students make connection with other texts, themselves, and world events to that assigned reading that they were given. And the strategy is super helpful to check students' understanding of the text to make sure that they, if you see that a lot of this is blank, you'll know that students really didn't understand the text at all. It also helps them think about the reading more deeply and help them really engage with the text, which is super important for history teachers to be able to understand and think about that deeper and think about today's connections. And so after students complete the text-to-text, text-to-self, and text-to-world strategy, it's important to have that class discussion to share what students thought so that students can get that even deeper meaning from the text. So that's the text-to-text, text-to-self, text-to-world strategy. Thanks.